Well, it looks like we are live here with the SGG IBO training number 3, and having a little difficulties this morning. We're still getting used to the whole Google Hangouts situation here, but we'll be getting better. Looks like we're starting just a couple of minutes late. We'd like to get these things going at 7:45 daily. So if you are interested in our content and want to be here and get this training, then hopefully you'll be able to in the future be here at 7:45, and we'll be here at 7:45, and everybody will get started on time. So working out the bugs, we'll make sure that we get that happening and get going at 7:45 every morning. Today's call, my thoughts on today's call is that I would say that um, the theme for the call would be feasibility of success in 3 years or less. What do you think, John? That would that be your opinion of today's call as far as the theme goes, or would you have something a little bit different in mind?
Absolutely. I will get to a few things that I had in mind in a minute, but that's definitely one of the key points that was made on the training call this morning was asking yourself that question because you have to believe that it is in order to be successful, I believe, in this business, and I personally believe that it is feasible. But yes, I would say the theme for the call today was, is it feasible to be financially free in 3 years or less through Swissquote Global? And I ask myself the question that everyone who's involved should ask themselves that are in any network marketing organization. Do you believe it's feasible through the network marketing to be financially free within 3 years?
Yep, absolutely. One of the key points that I pulled out of here today was, um, where our knowledge comes from that has taken us to the place that we are in life right now. And you know what? The interesting part about it, we all probably have jobs. We're out here working and making our way through life, uh, working for someone else, possibly either as an employee or as a quote business owner. Someone who, if you ask them what they do, they say, "Oh, I own my own business." Um, but in reality, the business really owns them. I would say that probably what 98% probably or more are somewhere right around there of quote business owners are really nothing more than self-employed, meaning that basically they own their own job. And how did we get here? That was the point that I was getting to, is the fact that all our lives, everything that we've been taught, throughout school. I mean, growing up, our parents, most everybody around us, you know, um, maybe people from the church or friends, relatives, parents, going to school, teachers, educators. Everything that we've ever been taught throughout our life has always been taught to us from employees, people that work for somebody else. And the fact that they can only teach you what they know, which is to teach you how to go out and become an employee. And no one's ever taught us along the way about how to be financially free and what it takes to earn passive income. And so that was, I thought, a key factor of realizing there where the our ingrained trainings have come from, and just becoming aware of the fact that, hey, we've been taught all our lives the freaking wrong way. We need to do something about it quick.
Absolutely. One of the things that I got out of the phone call today, too, which was a major point for me, and this is very important, I think, for people to realize, is that we have been taught to be employees by other employees our entire life, but there's people out there that are available to us that can teach us a better way. You know, what do we do as employees? We have earned income, but we really, the members of our team understand what the meaning of passive income is. And there's people out there that can teach us how to build streams of passive income. So we never stop learning. We got to kind of relearn and unlearn things we've learned from the past to move forward and progress and be successful. And one of the key things that is constantly being driven home to me is that the need for a mentor, to go out and find a mentor and observe them and model them, and don't try to reinvent the wheel and muck up their proven system by trying to, at this point, to reinvent the wheel, but start by finding a mentor and learning from them and just observe and model them, because there's a lot of people out there who are already successful in network marketing, already extremely successful at building passive income, and if you want it bad enough, law of attraction dictates that you'll find that mentor. I think, Paul, why don't you give your definition of passive income and talk a little bit about the importance of a mentor?
Yeah, it's funny you should bring that up, actually. Did you notice the little tagline that I put on my thing today, learning to learn again?
Yeah, well, you know what? I hadn't noticed that just yet, but I've got you on my screen now, and yeah, learning to learn again. Bingo. I mean, we have to unlearn a lot of what we've learned in the past because we've learned a lot of junk. Yeah, that's funny. I'll let you get, though. I think it's important for people that are on this hangout that are kind of new to some of the concepts to understand what I meant by passive income, and then go into a little bit of what you think of mentors.
Yeah, well, like you said, passive income, basically the thing that we've never been taught about is really, I would call it the ability to live the lifestyle that you desire, to do the things that you choose to do because you choose to do them, not because you have to do them, without having to rely on anyone else for income. In other words, you have funds that are coming in, preferably from multiple passive income streams, which generate income and cash flow for you month after month on a consistently regular basis, so that if you want to be working, you can choose to be working instead of having to be working. And in fact, that was actually the tagline that I was going to try to put on my thing today, but it was too long. And it was, I forget exactly what it was, but it was something about, work because you choose to, not because you have to. So that is my interpretation of passive income, is basically, yeah, the ability to live the lifestyle you desire without having to rely on anyone else for your income. So income that comes in without you really having to work for it. I mean, you do have to work for it. Don't get me wrong. Nothing comes for free, but the whole concept of passive income comes from the fact that you work for it once, and then it continues to come in. So you do your work, you do a little bit of work, or you work really hard for a short period of time, and then for a continued long period of time, your income keeps coming in and coming in and coming in. Now, of course, you can't expect to, get paid the same amount for the initial work that you did. Obviously, you're probably going to be rewarded very handsomely for the initial part of what you worked out, and what comes in regularly afterwards might be, a very small piece of that. But if you work very hard a bunch of small times, get that initial, working income, so to speak, up front, but build up these very small little pieces, and you stack them high enough, that's passive income, and that's going to be where you're set up to go for, long into the future without having to worry about where it's going to come from.
Yeah. No, that's great. That says it all. Very simply, passive income is the ability to earn an income whether you're there or not, and without relying on other people. Like, You build an income stream that comes in month after month, and it's like clockwork, and that offers you financial freedom. And imagine, waking up every morning and you're not having to worry about money because the money is just coming in passively to you. And the freedom that could afford you in your life to go out and eliminate that worry from your life, first of all, not having to worry about money, because I guess that's probably what most people worry about on a daily basis is money. And what do I have to do? It should be what, unless you're financially free and you have passive income. Actually, my opinion, it should be what you're worrying about every day is. But what you should be worrying about every day, which most people aren't out there doing, is they're worrying about today. What can I do to earn some income for today? You've got to do something which is important, but you've also got to implement an action every day with a long-term goal in mind. What can I do today to earn a passive residual income? And if we focus on just simply one action a day, that brings us closer to having a passive income, and that's what we concentrate on every day and work hard at every day for the next 3 years, then you've got to ask yourself, if I'm working every day for the next 3 years to build passive income streams, is it feasible to be financially free in 3 years or less? And I hope the answer that you give yourself is yes, and you believe that, because it's that belief that'll help you work towards it and keep you taking the right actions. I absolutely believe it is feasible. With Swiss Global, I get to see every month on a certain date, I get a nice little email that says you've been paid. I only did something one time, or one time for each stream of income that's built up, but I did something once, and now every month I get a check. That's passive income. I think it's probably important. Maybe Paul wants to take this and run with this definition, but the definition of financial freedom. And passive income is important to achieving financial freedom. But let me ask you, Paul, what is your definition of financial freedom?
Well, it's funny you should ask that, because that's actually what I gave you when talking about what is passive income. So I mean,
and I wanted to,
because the two are tied directly together. One equals the other. So that's kind of why I went there. And I figured you might pick up on that and throw it back at me, because financial freedom. Really the definition of financial freedom is the ability to live your lifestyle, at the lifestyle that you desire, or the lifestyle that you choose, without having to, materially count upon anyone else for your income. So, like, I use that for passive income, because that passive income is the tool which allows you to achieve that. What you were just saying about, building something for the future, and and being able to do it in 3 years, routine is something that is a vital part of your success. But on one hand, you have to have the proper routine. If you don't have the right routine, the wrong routine can actually be, the death of your success. Because, I mean, if your routine is getting up in the morning, having a cup of coffee, running a comb through your hair, going to work all day, picking up a six-pack on the way home, turning on the game or the tube when you get there, maybe rake the yard as your big event for the afternoon, and getting up and doing it all over again, and then picking up a check on Friday, paying all the bills, having a few bucks left over, going out and blowing the rest of it over the weekend and having a good time, and then coming back on Monday morning, starting this vicious cycle all over again. Well, that's a routine that's not going to take you anywhere. That's going to kill your future. So your routine is something that you really need to look at, and where you're spending most of your time. And are you spending most of your time on something, or at least to start out with, a portion of your time? It doesn't even have to be most of your time. I mean, you got to start somewhere. If you're at least putting a portion of your time towards something that is going to build, produce passive income for your future and working towards your future financial freedom. That's a key figure.
Yeah, absolutely. That says it all right there.
Oh wow, I thought I thought I just lost you there. Okay, well, you know what? We're getting right up here on our 15-minute mark, so I'm going to go ahead and say let's throw this back over to the universe and let everybody get out there and take some action, because nothing happens if you don't take action. And think about, I mean, if you take only one action today, take some time to think about your routine and think about your future and your finances. Play a little game with yourself and say, you know what, where was my life 3 years ago? Where is it today? And does it look any different, any better, any worse? And turn around and throw it ahead 3 years and ask yourself if it's going to look the same, better, or worse in 3 years from now if you continue doing what you're doing. So with that, I'm signing off. John?
And I just want to add one more thing, and that for people to think about, and that's basically, I want to reiterate the theme that you set out with this training this morning, and that on top of what Paul just said, ask yourself, is it feasible that I can become financially free in 3 years or less? And think about ways that you could act to make it feasible. So with that, I go out and take some action, and everybody have a great day.
All right.